What is going on, everyone? So on Instagram just a few days ago I posted, would you guys like to see what I drive? Do you want to see my vehicle that I bought? And I wasn't expecting the response that I got. A lot of you guys were like, yes, we really want to see what you drive. A lot of you guys actually sent me pictures of what you drive, and it's like, oh, this is what I drive. And it was pretty cool seeing everything that you guys sent me. But it's nothing special, but I am going to show you guys what I drive. Again, nothing huge, nothing fancy, but as a 17-year-old kid, this is what I could afford. And honestly, you guys are the main reason why I could afford this. So thank you from the very depths of my heart. Tap my mic there. Thank you for watching my videos, because you helped me get this. So again, nothing special, but here we go. All right, so we're gonna kick this off with showing you basically just the full view. So this is my 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo, inline 6 4.0, so it's not the fastest thing around, doesn't zip around like our little sports cars or anything, but you know what, it's capable. And that's what I like. I can go without a car that goes fast. That's just me. I don't need a car that goes fast. I have this bad boy and I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna show you a picture of what it looked like when I got it right now. So as you can see, this is completely stock. When I got it, every single thing on it was factory except for the roof rack and a modded exhaust. So the roof rack, I wouldn't even really count as like a modification, just because anything with rails up here, you can slap a roof rack on. See these bad boys? If it has rails, you can put a roof rack on it. But the exhaust is modded. The guy I bought it from took the cat off and then basically straight piped it out the sides. So as you can see right now, here it is. There's the exhaust, and I'll play a video of what it sounds like right now. So obviously the camera is not going to do justice to how loud it sounds, but that's what it sounds like. It is very loud. It does crackle through the night. I kind of wake the neighbors up if I ever have to go somewhere early in the morning. But you know what? When you've lived in a place longer than any of your neighbors, they kind of signed up for it because you were there before them. So if they have a problem with it, guess what? They didn't have to move there. I'm sorry, but I love my loud Jeep, and that's how it is. But I'm gonna run through everything I've done to it. I just want to say, this is all my money. Everything I've done to it, I bought the Jeep with my money. I fix it with my money anytime there's been a repair. My money, all the mods, my money. So just want to put that out there so no one's thinking that this is my dad's and my mom's money. All my turtle stuff and my Jeep is all me, because it's what I like to do. I enjoy doing it, and it makes working a lot easier knowing that I can put some money into things that I love. So we're gonna go right into it. We're gonna start from the top up. So right here, I'm actually gonna open this up. I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna ding. Whoops, one sec. So up top, we have a roof rack. As you can see here, just a basic generic roof rack. I don't even know the brand, but it works. We have a spare full-size tire. This is a 3110 F15 truck tire. It's not the same kind. It's not like the same breed of tire that I have that I'm actually running, but it's the same size. So it's going to be used as a spare anyway. So I hope I don't have to use it. Have an emergency shovel right here, just in case. You never know when you're going to need a shovel. And if we come on to the back here, I'm going to walk back here real quick. We have a tow chain right here. So just in case, I also have a tow strap in the back. I've got like a toolbox with tools in it. I've got a yoga mat in the back just in case I need to spend a night in here, which I have before. I've got a bunch of tools in the toolbox. Let's see, tow strap, toolbox, yoga mat, jumper cables, a cooler with blankets and pillows and food and water and everything. So I'm ready. If I ever get stuck out in the snowy desert and I need to survive for a few days, I'm set. But that's the roof rack. And then up here we have a 52 inch LED light bar. It's curved. I did clean it off really well yesterday. I was planning on doing this video yesterday, but it rained and it was stormy, so I couldn't. So there were some bugs stuck on there. But there it is, and there is condensation on the inside. It has been on here for a year, and it's just now starting to do that, so I'm gonna have to reseal this. But if you're wondering what these are, a lot of people don't know what these are. These are called limb risers. There we have them. Homemade. My dad and I put a lot of this stuff on. Basically what the idea of these are is if you're going down a trail and there's brush and debris and leaves and sticks and stuff, this will guide it up past over top of the light bar so it doesn't get caught in here and cut the wire or damage your windshield, and it will guide it up over the light bar and then over top of the roof rack, and it helps keep, like I said, the windshield nice and pristine. So that's what these are for. Really neat. I absolutely love these things. Now the next modification I did was the bumper. This is a stick bumper from Affordable Off-Road. It is the bull bar winch bumper, so made out of 1/4 inch steel, really durable. I say accidentally because it was an accident, I've hit 2 deer, and the most damage I've gotten from these 2 deer was a busted headlight, which is why I got these. We'll get to that in a second. But this bumper, it wasn't the cheapest thing in the world. It is affordable, definitely, but it definitely has paid itself back, because within those 2 deer there would have been a heck of a lot of damage that would have done to my Jeep, and it kept me from having to buy a whole new vehicle. So real nice bumper. Love this thing. Let's see, it's so bright out I can barely even see my screen. There's what it looks like on the bottom. Pretty sweet. Got the bull bar, and got the roller here for the winch. Bull bar winch bumper. And then right here we have a Traveler 12,000 pound winch. You plug the little thing in there, then you ground it, then you have a wireless remote that works. And this thing, I've actually used this quite a bit. I've used this to pull out another brand new Grand Cherokee that put itself in the ditch just a few houses down from my house, and I used this thing, helped save the guy some money so he didn't have to call a tow truck or anything. I pulled a U-Haul truck with a loaded trailer behind it, got stuck in the mud, and I pulled something else, I don't remember. I've yet to get stuck, which is cross our fingers. Underneath we have a smaller light bar. This is a 30 inch or maybe like a 27 inch LED light bar. This I actually put on because it originally had fog lights, and with the bumper took the fog lights off. But around where I live, I absolutely need fog lights. It gets really foggy here at certain parts of the year, and I need them. And I just thought it'd be nice to have a nice light underneath. So it's not the most ideal spot to go off-roading, but when it's lifted like it is, it's fine. There's not a whole lot that is gonna go up and hit this on the trail. So it's really nice. And this double, I drive with this on a lot, and I do turn it off every time another car is going to pass me or is going to be in front of me, or if I'm behind someone else. So no one gets blinded, but I do drive with that on. It's really nice. So that's basically the front end. That's the bumper, the winch, light bars, and let's get with the headlights. Okay, so you might notice this is a 22-year-old Jeep, all right? This is not a pristine vehicle in any way. It's going to have little nicks and dings and stuff. It's going to have some weird, just some weird stuff that has done to it, and scars and everything. It's a Jeep. It doesn't affect how it runs, which is what matters. But you know what? I think it gives it character. I don't really care. As long as it runs and works well, that's what matters. But these headlights, you may notice there's a big gap here. It does have a rubber piece right here that should be there. I have one for the other side, but the second deer that I hit, it busted out this headlight, and that rubber piece came flying off somewhere, and the header panel, which is what keeps the headlights in, it's actually behind the grill here. The header panel shattered, so I needed to replace that, and I didn't realize that this rubber piece was missing until I went to pull off the grill. So I need to find one of those and order them. But on the other side, I do have it. I don't have it on there because it doesn't match. But these headlights are halo projector headlights from Spec D. You can get them off eBay. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. not the best headlights in the world. I wouldn't suggest these headlights if this was the only source of light that you had for your Jeep, but since I had this light bar, they are blacked out, so it does go really well with the front of my Jeep here. Everything's kind of have that black scheme. So I did get it mostly for looks, but it is pretty sweet. And I'm actually going to show you a video now of what this thing looks like at night. Okay, so obviously it's nighttime now. You see flagpole light, and then we got some garden lights over here. So I'm going to show you guys what it's like when it is nighttime. So on the inside, got some nice lights, turn on automatically, pretty nice. It lights up the interior, pretty well. I mean, the camera's not picking it up, but it is nice. And we have my charger, phone charger right there. But we're gonna turn on the headlights, and it will ding. Let's see. All right, sorry about that. So this is what it's like. Let me turn this off real quick. During the nighttime, if you're driving, and these lights will turn out eventually. You can actually raise and lower with this little panel here. You can kind of see it right here. You can raise and lower this to make it brighter or not brighter. Pretty neat. And a lot of ZJs have electrical problems, so it's honestly kind of a luxury to have that. But I'm going to show you guys the headlights now. So right now it's on its parking lights. So it's not high beams or low beams. Here they are. Looks really sick. Just the halos and the marker lights on right now, which are really cool. We have a good look at the halo, which are the rings. Alright, now we're going to turn on the low beams, which would be on these headlights, the projector ones. Alright, we have my boy Duke. What do you say, Duke? He was barking at me earlier. Here we have the projector headlights right here. They light it up pretty well, as you can see, shining on our boy right there, Duke. Duke. Duke! He didn't know what's going on. Alright, so those are the projector headlights. And the brights, I personally like to have it on the high beams or the brights, just because I think it looks nicer and makes it look more like eyes. Here we have the high beams right here. Isn't that the coolest thing in the world? You see that coming down the street right at you? I mean, that's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna take a look at our boy Duke, see how much it lights up. And as you can see, decent headlights right there. It does light it up a pretty good amount. Duke. Hey, bub. All right, and then we can't have the fog lights on while it's on high beams. Don't ask me why. That's just how it is. It's how it's wired. So we gotta turn the high beams off, press the fog light button, and the LED light bar in the bottom turns on. I mean, it is bright. Here, check this out. I'm gonna turn it off. I mean, it's bright. So this is what I normally look like at night when I'm rolling down the street. I mean, it's really bright. That's what it normally looks like. I do turn this off whenever a car or vehicle or any kind is in front of me, or it will be passing me in the front. And then when I'm working at night, have this little switch down here, flip this on, lights it up even more, and that is the top LED light bar. 52-inch curved LED light bar. And here we have it all lit up. I don't know how to get rid of these. This is just reflection. Sorry about that. We'll try to possibly match it in there. But yeah, that's how it looks at night if I have to turn them all on. I mean, it is super bright. I mean, it is like studio lights. I mean, that is daylight bright right there. Duke. He's like reflecting. We got the boy right here, the man, the myth, the legend, Justin the Party Cat. So as you saw, I mean, they look sharp. I think it looks great, especially in the daylight and at nighttime. It does work, but again, not the best headlights. But you know, for the money, they look pretty good, and I enjoy them. There's a spider web there. But like you see on the Jeep logo here, we have some paint chipping. This is spray paint, and that's why it's got like these splotches here. It's not shadow, that is splotches, because it had a lot of scratch marks on it. So I just bought some cheap black spray paint and touched it up, and it wasn't the same shade of black. So what I'm gonna actually do is take off the limb risers and completely redo the black on the hood, get new Jeep, you know, Jeep letters here, and that will be good to go. So there's what it looks like, and now we're gonna move on to this bad boy. I'm sure a lot of you noticed that, caught that eye, caught your eye, man, caught that eye, what the heck. So this is my snorkel, aka cold air intake or ram air intake, however you want to say it. Basically the idea of the snorkel is it will help you go in much deeper water. So originally stock, the intake for the air for the engine in this 97 Jeep Grand Cherokee was right here, right behind the grill, and I think I actually have a picture comparing the new air intake to the old air intake. So it is a little bit of a greater modification, is a little bit of an upgrade if I do say so myself. But this thing will help me go in much deeper water, just in case, you know, you hit the trail and you have to go in some water. It's better to have this snorkel than to not have it, basically. And since it gives the engine cleaner, cooler, just better quality air, it does run a lot smoother. It runs noticeably better. The throttle response is actually much quicker, and it's, you know, kind of on the ball there with a lot better air. And instead of the engine working for air, it's giving it air. So when you're driving, air is getting pushed down into this head mount here, gets pushed down into here, goes through here, underneath the fender, and then into the airbox, which gives the engine air. So it looks pretty sick. Some people may or may not like it. I don't really care. I love how this looks. I love absolutely everything I've put on it. So you know what? That's all that matters. If I like it, it's my vehicle. That's all that matters. So another thing, just a nice little touch up. Here we have a little, can I see this? Jurassic rated 4x4 Grand Cherokee Laredo. Now originally this trim, this plastic siding panel, was like a disgusting faded grayish plastic. So what I did is I got some spray on truck bed liner, and it's really grippy. So like, I don't know if you can tell, but you can see all these little specks here. This is all like lint from the paper towel from me washing it the other day. But it does come off eventually. As you can see, it's kind of flying off. But this is some nice truck bed liner spray. Really strong, really durable. We're gonna go back here so you guys can see the whole thing. Really nice. And it just gives it a much fresher, much more modern look than the old faded plastic that was on it. So it does much better. Makes it look much more, I don't know, modern, like I said. So that's pretty neat. I also painted the side view mirrors here. I painted these with the same truck bed liner. Everything, taped it all off. Have pictures for all of this. Same with over here. And eventually down the road, if this plastic starts to fade, I'm going to spray the snorkel with it as well, which will look sick. And I'm actually thinking about somehow figuring out to do the handles here. I just need to do it so I can still press the button without it clogging it, because it's a really thick, like grippy rubber. So that'll be sweet. Now, that's basically everything for exterior. Now what have I done with the suspension? What have I done with the frame and everything? So that's what we're going to move on to now. Alright, so first and foremost, these are the tires that I'm running. They're Achilles Desert Hawk XNT, which is mud tire. You can see how aggressive this tread is. I mean, this is some super deep, aggressive tread. These are actually brand new tires. Just were mounted on there no more than a week ago. Probably has no more than 50 miles on them. Still even has the rubber bits here. See that? There you go. These are great tires. The sidewall tread is absolutely massive. You can tell. Sidewall tread. But yes, the tread on these things are great. Now these tires, I've not been able to compare them with anything else because this is the only mud tire I've ever had on this. It did have like stock street tires, which were lame looking. But there is road noise. Road noise isn't too terribly bad. But with the exhaust, and I usually have the windows down, I can barely hear it. You know, I don't really care. But 31, 10.5, 15 mud terrain tires looks pretty sweet. I do say so myself. These are stock rims, but they are spray painted black to kind of match the color scheme. There's two main colors of this Jeep, as you can see, matte black and then like this burnt gold on the side here. That's the stock paint. And of course there's this sweet pinstripe that I really like. But again, really nice tires. Absolutely love these bad boys. Have yet to get stuck in these, so that's great. 2-inch wheel spacers on them. Now I know a lot of you guys will be like, oh, what are you doing? Running wheel spacers, that's gonna throw a tire off, that's gonna snap an axle, do something to it. I've run spacers for a year now, absolutely zero problems. And my dad has a Jeep. He's been running spacers for 3, 4, 5 years, zero problems. You just need to get a good quality spacer. That's pretty much what it comes down to. If you get like the $50 eBay spacers, yeah, you might run into problems. But if you get a really good quality spacer from a, you know, reliable source, it's a good mod that you can do. Now that's the tires. We're gonna crawl in here, stick my head in the wheel well, and in here we have a 3.5-inch suspension lift. As you can see, this lift was actually put on less than a month ago, so it's pretty new. Still kind of wearing in there. It's a little stiff because of new parts. That's to be expected. But a brand new coil spring right here in the front. Try to get in there. New shocks. You see the sway bar links there. All new. And in the back, we actually swapped the front coil spring in the back because the rear coil springs were much smaller than the front ones, and the front ones were actually 3.5 inches bigger than the original rear ones. But it also got new shocks and a new track bar. Let's see, new track bar up here. But that's pretty much it for the rear when it comes to suspension. It was pretty simple, straightforward to put on the lift. Not a whole lot to show, but let's go underneath now, and I'll show you guys all the rust. All right, so just like any Jeep would, there is some rust. The frame has been patched in 2 spots from an entire rust hole, and here's one of them that was patched, and there was one on the other side, but like as you can see, there's rust here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a wire brush to all this, just brush it all off, and then I'm gonna spray like a Rust-Oleum, you know, sealant on here, like a rubber sealant on all of this. And that'll be in the future, but that is something I'm going to be doing. As you can see, new control arms for the front and the rear with the lift kit, and then as you can see the exhaust. And just to prove to you guys that this thing is not a pavement princess, I mean, that's all mud coming off of here. So yes, this thing is more off-road than on-road, which is sweet. But that is the rear, that is everything on the bottom here. And now we're going to show you guys everything inside. Alright, so this is the interior. Now, I do gotta say, I'm a little picky. I wanted to have a vehicle with a decent interior. I didn't want something that was all rotted out. I didn't want something that had water damage or mold or, you know, I liked a nice interior. I liked the idea of a nice interior. So as you can see, I got a pretty decent interior. The seats are nice. Thinking about getting a cover. There's my tripod. And then you have the trunk there. Has a cover over it. The trunk is nice. And the center console up here, which is pretty neat. Rear view mirror. And little phone holder. Here's all the gauges and everything. Speedometer. Really nice. Have a radio. Actually, we're going to turn on here real quick, so you see all the lights. And working AC, which is great. This is for overdrive. That's defrost. That's for the rear wiper. And over here, you can kind of see here, shade. Here we have, this is what I hit to turn on the bottom light bar. I was about to say rear light bar. The light bar on the bottom of the bumper, that's what you, one sec. That is what you touch to turn it on. This is how you control how bright and stuff you want the dash lights to be, and this is your headlight. So that's on. This is your parking light. That's like the automatic, and this is off. So pretty nice. Here we have the steering wheel. I wrapped the top in some paracord, better grip, and my hands don't sweat as much because it's got like this rubber, coating on it, and just holding on it for hours on end, it makes your hands sweat a lot. So this helps because it's grooved and it helps it to breathe. Decent horn. So, nothing fancy, but it works. And we have the original classic check engine light on. This happens to like 100% of Jeeps this age. It's 22 years old. This is the coolant sensor. I've had the code checked, so there's nothing, too outrageous. I just get it fixed, which will be down in the future. But yeah, it's nothing crazy. And then that's how many miles it has. But the inline six engines can last easily 300,000 miles. So this is, it's only middle-aged, which is nice. And then here we have shifter here. We have park, reverse, neutral, drive, second, first, like normal. And then we have the select track right here. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, part-time. Man, sweaty. I just wiped my forehead. Four-wheel drive full-time, neutral, and four-wheel drive low. They all work, which is awesome. Phone charger, water. And as you can see, the floor here is pretty nice. I do sweep this thing out about once a month. I wax it twice a month. I like to keep it nice. I do off-roading with it, but again, I like to keep it nice. It's currently 78 degrees, which is why I'm sweating. Have a little sunglasses holder right here. If I ever got like a garage door opener, this is where it would go. And all these little lights here, they all work, which is pretty nice. Grab my visor right here. Yes, this was at one point considered a luxury SUV, so it does have some bells and whistles, which is nice. Now the headliner was coming out, so the guy I bought it from actually sprayed something on there and he painted it with some like protective spray. Not exactly sure what it was, but it looks nice, I think. I'm not complaining about it. Looks nice, works for me. So you know what? That's basically the tour. I hope you enjoyed that video. This is my vehicle, and I'm being serious. I hope you guys made it this far in the video because I wanted to ask you this question. Would you be interested to seeing a second YouTube channel just about this Jeep and all the adventures and stuff that we are going to be doing with it, all the off-roading adventures, the overlanding adventures? Would you be interested in seeing that channel with just this Jeep right here? So I hope you enjoyed. Tell me what you think. What do you think about this Jeep? Tell me about your first car. What was it? The make and model. Just tell me about it, your experience. Like I said, this is my first car, so of course I'm going to be more attached to this than anything else. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm being serious when I say this, guys. Without you, I couldn't have bought this. So you guys have brought so many blessings into my life. And I just want to thank you so much for that. Continue watching the videos. I hope I'm giving you guys information or enjoyment, something to give back to you guys for what you guys have given me. So thank you guys so much for that. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm sweating a lot because it's 78 degrees and I just sat in there for 20 minutes recording. And yeah, it's hot out. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day. Make sure to check out my channel. Watch my other videos, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. How's it going, guys? So today we're going to be talking about my Jeep. Oh, what the? I just stepped in that. What is that? Looks like cat vomit. Ew.